Hello, Coach.
Hey guys, um, obviously would have liked to have played better. Um, didn't get off to a good start. It's not good to go on the road, fall behind 16-2. But we fought back, took a 3-point lead, and then we did a lot of things that didn't get us to this point. We made a lot of mistakes, things that we haven't done all year, but Baylor does that to you. They have the ability to speed you up, shots throughout the course of the year that you feel like you're open on, you hurry against Baylor, and give them credit. There's a reason why they've won the league 15 times in a row, or however many times they did. They do two things very well, and it's been consistent under Coach Mulkey's regime that they play great man-to-man defense. They challenge every shot, and year in and year out, if they're not the best rebounding team in America, they're close, and they rebound it on both ends. They've got enough players that they're competitive, and they got to do that to get on the floor, and they do those two things very well: rebound and defend. And when you turn the ball over or shoot an ill-advised shot, they're really good in transition too. They're athletic and get out and run. And didn't play as well as I wanted to play. I told our group after the game that the season's divided into 4 segments, non-conference. Thought we did fine in that. We've had a heck of a run in conference play. We swept 5 teams, beat Texas for the first time in quite a while. We split with West Virginia. We split with Iowa State, a very good team there. And we lost twice to Baylor, which a lot of teams do. But right now we're the point that we got 15, 16 days off. We got to get healed up, but we got to work our kids hard where we make sure that we're getting better and make sure that we simulate game situations so we're ready when the Big 12 tournament starts.
Coach, that was a great answer. It answered almost everything I had written down. I'll just ask you one thing. Like you said, kind of when you think of Baylor, the big thing is how your team fares rebounding. I'll ask you, what did you think? How do you think your team fared today in the rebounding battle?
I didn't think we did as well as I would have liked. It's about technique on them. You cannot. They're so athletic. You can't stand by side and think you're going to out jump them. You got to make sure that you put a body on them, and didn't feel like we did that. And there were about 3 possessions on the baseline where we got a hand on the ball and tried to grab it with one hand, and the ball goes out of bounds, and then they score on 3 inbounds plays. So when you play Baylor, you've got to be close to perfect if you're going to win the ball game, and by no stretch of the imagination were we. And the 17-0 run just killed us, and just made – they did a lot of that to us, but we did a lot through just mental mistakes and having them speed us up too much as well.
Thank you.
Coach, I was going to piggyback a little bit off of that question. Just on a positive note, Natacha Mack pulled 18 rebounds tonight. Could you talk a little bit about her rebounding tonight? And 7 of those rebounds were on the offensive glass.
I thought Mack kept competing. Didn't have a great first half. We missed some shots and that we normally make, but again, credit Baylor's length and size, that they speed you up. They challenge every shot, but I thought she finished strong and kept playing hard as the game progressed.
Yes, sir. I completely agree. And then also, I'd say that she was one of the kind of the bright spots of the offense, 18 points. Could you talk a little bit about her scoring performance tonight?
She did a good job, especially in the second half. I thought she slowed down a lot more, caught the ball deeper, made a quick move before the double team got there. And when Mack rebounds on the offensive end, it always helps your point production as well.
Thank you very much, Coach. Have a safe trip home.
Hey, Coach.
Coach, go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Coach. I saw comparing your situation to the men's teams, for instance, where they're playing a few games between now and the Big 12 tournament. Would you rather be in a situation where you have to play a few more games between now and then, or are you kind of happy with this situation?
Well, I got mixed feelings on that. One, I'm proud of our group for being really diligent and making sacrifices and getting the schedule in. We're the only one in the Big 12 that's done that. We've been fortunate, but we've also been careful. I believe our kids have made some sacrifices and, stayed away from some things that normal college students can go to. So, I'm proud of the fact that we've done that. It is a challenge that we don't have games for the next basically 16 days. So we've got to be, as coaches, we got to be good, but the players have got to be really good, that there's a commitment to want to get better over the next 15 or 16 days. And we got to try to simulate some games and do some different things. But yeah, I'd like to have some more games, but I'm proud of our kids that we're in the house with 18 games and did the things that we needed to do.
And then I'll follow it up and kind of ask a question about the game, because that's probably the most relevant right now. What during that run, I think it was 16-2, and then it ended at 21-18. What did you feel like the group did better than they did the rest of the game, and how do you think that run kind of did it send any mix, like did it give you any extra confidence?
When we went on a run, or when they went on the run?
When you guys went on the run, like right after the bad start at the beginning.
After the 16-2 start, well, I thought we were scrappy. We fought hard. It would have been real easy to give up and not compete at that point, but I thought our kids did. But then we just wasted a lot of our effort and the positive things that we did by not blocking out, by turning the ball over, by shooting a wild shot, which put them in transition. So, to be quite honest, for everything that we did good, we negated it by how we played in the last 5 minutes of the first half. And you can't do that. You got to be close to perfect to beat Baylor.
Anything else?
Yeah, Ryan, I just got one more. Coach, Jacob kind of mentioned the 15 days where, as the schedule stands right now, nothing's scheduled. What are some of the pros and cons of those 15 days from your perspective?
One of the pros is we can get some kids healed up, get a little rest. We can get back in the gym and work on fundamentals and some skill instruction. We can most of the time, the last 2 months, it's been game preparation. Now we can go on getting the kids in and trying to make them better basketball players. And I believe with our youth that we can definitely get better during this 2-week period.
Thank you. Safe trip back.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.